In this video, I'm going to show you how to crochet a basic chain. And this is the core crochet skill, the one you start with, because almost every crochet project will start with a chain. Now, just because it is the first skill doesn't mean it's easy. In teaching this skill, I've realized that there's actually a lot going on. So in this video, I am going to teach you a beginner method for crocheting a chain. I've tried to isolate out the different things you need to do and separate them in teaching so that it makes it a little easier. This beginner method is not the method you're going to continue to use because it's very slow, but it will let you practice the first part of the skill, which is to be sure to crochet loosely and to turn your hook. So we're going to start out by showing you how to make a slip knot. All chains begin with a slip knot. The short end of the yarn hangs down in the front. The long end that goes to the yarn crosses over the short end. So you see long end over short end. Now take the long end, be sure you get the long end, not the short end. Make a loop and poke it through. Then pull up, and there is your slip knot. And it's called a slip knot because the yarn slips through it, up and down. Let me show you that again. Now throughout this video we're going to be going very slowly and doing a lot of repetition. When you're ready, follow along. Short end hangs down, long end crosses over short end. Take the long end, poke it through the middle of the loop like that, pull up. There's your slip knot. One more time. Do it with me this time if you haven't already done it. Short end hangs down, long end crosses over short end. Take the long end, form a loop, poke the loop through like that. Pull up and down at the same time. There is your slip knot. Now, go ahead and do it yourself. If you need to, back the video up and watch how to do it. And I will show you just one more time. Long end over short end. Loop the yarn. Poke it through. Pull it up. There's your slip knot. That is how all chains start, is with a slip knot. Now, you have your hook in your hand and you hold it like this. Okay, I've got my thumb on the top, got my fingers on the bottom, and I'm holding the hook like that. Now, I'm going to poke the hook through that loop, and I'm going to pull up on the long end to tighten that loop on the hook. Now, you don't want this loop to be really tight, okay? If you pull up really tight, you don't want that. That's not going to work for you later. You want it to be a little bit of loose with a little bit of space there. So, there's the slip knot. There's the loop. I'm holding onto the hook like this, and now we're ready to chain. Now remember, I am showing you a true beginner method, and it's designed to isolate skills so that you can get started without frustration. And after you learn this beginner method, we'll show you the standard method. So, put your finger there on the loop on the hook. That keeps it from slipping around. See, slipping around on you. The other thing that it does is it helps you hold the hook in place to be able to wrap the yarn around. Now first I'm going to show you how it works so you understand what's going on. How it works is that you grab yarn, the yarn here, and you pull it through the loop. So let me show you. It wraps around, the hook pulls down, you turn the hook, and you pull it through, and that makes your chain. Let me show you again just so you understand how it works. Put your finger there so it doesn't move around. You wrap it around. you pull it down, and as you're pulling it down, try to show you, you're pulling it through that loop. And as you do that, it makes the chains. Okay, that's one side of the chain. I'll show you the two sides. There's one chain, and there's the back side. Now, let's do it step by step. Watch and I'll tell you exactly what to do in what order. And I'm going to go really slow. Follow along when you're ready. Put your finger there. Take the yarn in this hand, wrap it around. Take your thumb and your finger and pinch right there. 2 on the hook, and you're pinching both. That is going to keep this from tightening up as you travel down the hook. Now, you're going to take the hook and pull down. And as you pull down, the hook is going to catch that yarn. And then you're going to turn it and you're going to pull it through. And again, that makes your chain. I'll show you right there. Now, before you start, I want to explain a couple of pitfalls that I see that beginners sometimes do that gets in their way. One thing that beginners sometimes do is they'll pull this up, this loop on the hook, they'll pull it really tight. And then when they try to pull it through the hook, they can't pull because it's just so tight. So you want to be sure that this loop on the hook is a little bit loose. Now, the other thing that's hard when you're first starting out is that you have to turn the hook. If you pull the hook straight down, you can't pull it through the loop. So what you're going to do is pull down and then turn it a little bit and pull it through. And there's the chain. Now, another thing that is really easy to do at the very beginning is to catch the short part of the yarn instead of catching the long part of the yarn. That's mostly at the very beginning when you're doing your first couple of chains. So make sure that this yarn that you're wrapping around goes to the yarn ball and isn't the short end. Now, I'm going to show you over and over and over again very slowly, and when you're ready, go ahead and start doing it along with me. And then when you're done, when you feel like you learned how to do it and it's starting to feel easier in your hands, you can just turn the video off. You don't have to go all the way to the end. But like I said, this is not an easy skill. I've seen a lot of beginners be frustrated. That's why I'm going to go really slowly, and I'm going to show you over and over and over again so you can practice along with me. So, loop on the hook, loose, should be able to slide easily. Put your finger there. Take the long end that's going to the yarn ball, wrap it around the hook. Pinch both loops on the hook, pull the hook down, turn the hook, pull it through the loop, makes a chain. Finger on the loop, wrap it around, pinch, pull down, turn. Okay, sometimes it will slip off and that's all right. If it does, just wrap it around again, pull down, turn, pull it through. Finger on the hook, wrap it around, pinch it, pull it down, turn it, pull it through. Finger on the loop, wrap it around, pinch it, pull the hook down, pull it through. Finger on the yarn, wrap it around, pinch it, pull it down, pull it through. Now I want to show you something that sometimes happens. Sometimes as the yarn goes down the hook, it tightens up And if it tightens up, you can't pull it through the loop. And that is why we are pinching it here. But if you're not holding on to it there, sometimes it will tighten up. And if that's the case, if it gets too tight and you can't pull it through, just pull it down and loosen it up a little bit. Finger on the yarn, wrap it around, pinch both, pull it down, turn it, pull it through. Finger on the yarn, wrap it around, pinch both, pull down, pull it through. Finger on the yarn, wrap it around, pinch both, pull down, pull it through. Finger on the yarn, wrap it around, pinch both, pull down, pull it through. Now you can see here's our chain. Every time we pull it through, we're making one of these chains. So go ahead and keep going. Practice. If you need to, you can back the video up and then practice with me until this starts to feel easier. When it starts to feel easier and you feel like you've got the hang of grabbing the yarn and pulling it down and turning and pulling through, I'm going to show you the standard way to crochet a chain, which adds a little bit of a step, which is controlling the tension in your non-hook hand. Now, the standard method is a little bit harder. There's a little bit more to do at the same time, but it is faster and it is more fluid. And so it is the way that you're going to want to do it. Don't just do it this way. Do it this way to learn the first skills and then move on to the video with the standard way of making a chain. So we'll see you there.